Hello, fancy men of Cornwood, and welcome to the Halo Foundry. Today we're going to be taking a naughty little look at the Halo Infinite Escape set by Mega Construx. Now I know I'm a little bit late reviewing this set as it came out a few months ago, but I've only just been able to get my grubby hands on it here in the UK, so here we go. But you've come and visited my realm now, and it'd be a right dick move if you clicked away at this point, so you might as well hang around and hear the crap that I've got to say. So the Escape set, which is named after what women want to do when they first meet me, is the fourth set in a small line of 3 other helmets, with a fifth one, a white one, coming out later this year. Each of these sets is said to be based off of a popular Halo multiplayer game, with some of them being obvious, like Capture the Flag here is obviously based on Capture the Flag, but others like this red one are a little bit harder to dissect. Like, what the hell are you meant to be, sir? I got no idea. Maybe Escape is a completely new game for Halo Infinite, or maybe it's something that we've already seen before. Who knows? Not me. But this set comes with 70 pieces, which lets you build 2 figures with 2 weapons, 2 small builds on the base, and of course the star of the show, at least for me, the Mark 6 helmet in red. That is beautiful. Which you don't obviously have to build, but it still counts as a piece. Jumping into the figures that we've got for this set, we've got the Spartan Hermes in red and white, which has to be my personal favourite out of the 2, as I'm absolutely loving the colours they have here on this chap. Righto, sir. Most of the figure is simply just one colour for each of the moulded pieces, but the chest has some really nice added detail with the black painted on to give it more depth to those little panels and stuff. The second, of course, and the last figure here is a Spartan Anubis in yellow and grey. Now, I do love the colours on this figure too, but they're not really grabbing me like the first one. The Anubis helmet has good detail on it and some good paintwork, but the rest of the armour is easily compared to my sex life. Boring and depressing. It doesn't have any additional paintwork applied to it, which makes it very dull comparing it to the Hermes one right here. Also, this Anubis one is a female Spartan, which I can tell because of the fun bags that she has on her chest. Now surprisingly, I actually think this is the first Halo Infinite female that we've got from the entire line, so that's really cool to see right here. Give us some more females, would you? And juicy females. You also get 2 weapons in this set, the battle rifle and the SMG. Now these are just a standard mould, you can find these anywhere, they've got no additional paintwork, so blah. That's all I've got to say on them. Here's a picture. But now let's move on to the buildable portions for this set. So first up, we've got this cool little wall. Of course, this is only a small build from a small set, so the build is really basic, but I love this thing. With only 7 pieces to create this, I think they've done a pretty damn good job at making something that really screams Halo. And when you've got it paired up with a Spartan that's attacking from the rear, it looks good for pictures. Next up, we have the little AI transmitter base thing, for lack of a better word. At the time of this set's release, I don't think the multiplayer personal AIs were actually confirmed for Infinite yet, so this is a cool little bit of foreshadowing that Mega Construx did here with this set. I'm not 100% sure what AI this is based on, but if I were to guess out of all the ones confirmed so far, I'm going to have to say Luma, but who knows really, it could be one that hasn't been announced just yet, or none at all, but still it's cool to get a little AI here. The base of the AI is also pretty good. Obviously it's not amazing by any stretch of the imagination, but the creators of this set really didn't have a lot of pieces to play around with, and I personally think they did a good job here regardless. Next, we've got the piece that has got everyone excited, and that is the base. The base alone is really boring, but it's these 2 little pricks right here that has got everyone moist beyond control. And these are the 2 little flood plant things that are sticking out. Now, I've seen a few people out there thinking that this confirms flood for Infinite, and if this was a campaign set, 100% I'll be backing that claim. But as this is a multiplayer set, then no, you're completely wrong. I don't think this confirms anything. Most likely this is going to be a map which is based on the flood, or hopefully a new multiplayer game set around them. That would be pretty dope. But then last up for the set, let's take a look at that sweet ass helmet. These helmets are designed to be a nice little add-on which lines up perfectly with the base, but you can also display them on their own. The helmet is created by having a red moulded piece on the outside, and then it's got a grey insert that goes from the back, which the grey insert has the visor and the rest of the details poking through it. The visor on the grey piece is also painted on, so be careful not to chip it. I ain't done it yet, but I'm always concerned that I'm going to because I'm a right idiot. But the base of this set also acts as a lid, which has got plenty of space inside it to hide all of your shame. but also it's good at holding any spare pieces if you've got lying around here, or the whole set itself and the figures if you only want to display the helmet, so that's fantastic. But there you go, that is everything that this set has to offer. I think for $10 to $15 it is more than enough. For me, I absolutely love this red helmet, and looking at it next to all the others is fantastic, especially the blue one, for obvious reasons. But comparing the sets together as a whole, I think that the red one is my least favourite. As much as I do love the little wall on a Hermes Spartan, I think overall it's just not as exciting as the other ones. If I were to say my favourite one out of all of them, it has to be the Skull Control set, because that yellow really pops. And the build that it has lets you create some really cool poses with this guy jumping over this fence. Nice. That's what these sets are to me. A vessel for you to create some awesome snapshots for Halo multiplayer. Not to be played around with and things like that. No, you're going to make a pose, set it aside, put it on your mantelpiece, on your desk, on your toilet lid, and leave it alone. I'm not the best person at posing figures out there, but what I've done in front of us is how I'm keeping them, and let me know in the comments down below how good they look. But just to finish off, here's all the current sets together as one big sexy family. Having them all together is orgasmic, they look sick. As I said earlier, there is a white one coming out later this year, and hopefully they're going to keep doing more and more. I would love to see an orange one and a purple one as well, that'd be fantastic. And I think they're also definitely going to be keeping these based around Halo multiplayer mode, so that'd be great to see some more of those, as these are a real great way of getting some fancy looking Spartans. But that's it peeps, that is my thoughts on this set. As I said, it's not my favourite one out of the lot, but that doesn't mean that it's bad at all. There's somebody needed to come last. If you don't own it, I'd highly recommend grabbing it right now. Just go out and get it today, as you won't regret it at all. But thank you so much for watching, and comment down below, do you already have this set and what are your thoughts on it? Or are you going to be picking it up soon? And don't forget to like and subscribe for more weekly Halo gear videos. Until next time amigos.